The following is an opinion show, and nothing said in this show should be taken as fact or be taken literally. They're just goofing around, trying to have fun. You do like to have fun, don't you? Also, this show is not for kids, so listener discretion is advised. Thank you, everyone, for listening to this week's episode of Geekus Speakus. My name is Dean.
And I'm Bryan.
Welcome back, everyone.
Hey.
We had a very short hiatus there in the beginning of February, mostly because I was sick and it was my birthday.
Hey, my birthday's in like 3 weeks.
Nice.
I will no longer be in my 20s.
You can no longer go for the 30 under 30 Media Luminary Award.
That's fine, I don't want it anyway.
Oh, fair enough.
I ain't gonna compete with the likes of them. I'm that guy who shows up to that awards ceremony wearing a pair of shorts and then eats all the snacks and then like throws up on some guy.
I know I probably drinks just a bit too much.
And then I'm gonna be like, hey, you know what? You all suck. Peace out. And then like I push over some chairs as I'm leaving.
I got food poisoning from Subway a few weeks ago. That wasn't fun.
Oh, shit. Well, Subway sucks, so don't go there.
Well, before
I don't even have...
Go ahead.
Keep going. Keep going.
Well, I was on my way to work. I needed some food, and I didn't feel like eating like a hamburger. So like this is different. So I go there, and that Subway gave me food poisoning.
I don't know. I don't like Subway. It's just every time I've gone there, they've tasted the same. I've gotten completely different things on their menu, and it all tastes the same. Meatball sub tastes the same as a BM, tastes the same as like a chicken teriyaki, tastes the same as a cold cut trio. It all tastes the same.
Basically, given down to is they just stack it full of veggies so they can use less meat. That's the reason why.
Even without veggies, it just no matter what I get, it's their bread. I don't like their bread. Their bread just, and I've tried different breads, and all their breads taste the same. I'd rather go to a better sandwich shop and get a better sandwich.
Fair enough. Also, for my birthday, I took the opportunity to take Steam's Year of the Pig sale, and I bought a couple games for cheap.
Oh, what'd you get?
Jackbox 2 and South Park's The Stick of Truth. And then today...
Cool. I have the Stick of Truth. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Also, make sure you keep your file saved on there if you get the sequel, because it'll Mass Effect it.
Oh, nice. So move over to that same.
Which is why I haven't played. I need to replay because I lost my save on Stick of Truth, and I want to replay it before I go on to the second South Park game because I want my save.
Does anything actually come over, or is it just like?
Things you mention, your character design, things like that. You play basically the same kid.
Oh, okay.
I have some items.
I getcha. And then today I bought Beyond Earth. Sid Meier's Beyond Earth. I'm looking forward to it because it's a Civ game and I like sci-fi.
Speaking of Civ games, the new Civ expansion dropped on Valentine's Day, and I've been playing that all weekend. I've gone through 1.5 games since Valentine's Day. The first game I played was a new ruler, Eleanor of Aquitaine. She's the first ruler that can do more than one. You can either run France or England.
Okay.
I was playing as France, and I did lose a science victory, but I was so close to winning a culture victory. And now I'm playing as Canada, and I'm dominating. But yeah, the new expansion for and everybody loves me. I'm friends with everyone on the globe. Nobody hates me. Nobody's like said you're a bad person, and I'm just like, yes, I am Canada.
You are Canada. I want to give a quick shout out. By the way, for my birthday, my parents bought me an on the air sign.
Cool.
Which is why I was a little bit late to recording today. Was because we were installing it. And from my brother and my sister-in-law, I got a new recording system, which I'll be setting up for the next episode. For this one, I just
Oh
wanted.
yeah, I'll let you finish. And I'll get into some more stuff here in a moment.
All right. And then from you, I got a 3.0 USB multi hookup, which is really useful, considering almost everything runs on USB nowadays.
Yep, and USB 3.0 it will last longer than USB 2.0.
Yeah.
Get with the times, man.
Well, I mean, I had a converter, and you sent me 2 more converters. That's why it was.
I just saw the hub, and then there's like also bought with, so I put all those in too.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
But yeah, Civ 6 I've been playing. The new expansion's really good. The weather effects are really interesting. What was it? The diplomacy changes are also easier to keep track of, and unlike the other ones where you have like mining a oil just gives you 1 oil and it's a static resource. This one you can actually accrue the resources over time.
So
you can build a stockpile.
So like money in this case, it's not static. It's a dynamic
Yeah,
set.
It's a dynamic one. So like buying things like things that use oil will use an oil one, but you can regain oil as you're going through.
Good. The static thing got kind of annoying after a bit.
Yeah, the diplomacy changes are pretty cool. It also works more like a currency kind of thing, and you can use it to gain favor. Like you can trade like 100 favor in to get like another player to like go to war with somebody, or trade. They'll ask for favor and give you money.
Right.
And so you can do that to kind of jump around. What was the other thing? And then that was pretty cool.
How much is that expansion? That sounds pretty awesome.
It was like $40. Civ still does regular expansions.
Right.
Not DLC. They do a little bit of DLC, but their DLC tends to be like $5. But this is an actual like expansion.
Gotcha.
What else was in there? That was pretty cool. That change. Oh, the weather's cool. There's volcanoes erupting and stuff. But there's a lot of like quality of life changes in there that I feel make the game much better. And when they do Civ 7, I hope these changes are like at the beginning of it.
Right.
Default. Because it's default. Because like I like being able to build up the resource of oil. So if I need to pump out a lot of like troops with oil that use oil, I can. Or if I need to, they added power. Power is another resource. Like you actually have power plants and stuff that like help with later era tech.
Ooh, nice.
But you got to be careful because if you're running like say a coal power plant, it affects the CO2 levels and there's global warming.
Right.
So yeah, no, it's pretty good. Let's see what else. The new season of Dragon Ball FighterZ came out, and with it they dropped 2 new fighters, Videl and Jiren.
Nice.
Videl is interesting because she has no energy attack. She doesn't like do the standard energy like deflect. She dodges.
Mm-hmm.
And Jiren, like everything he does is a counter. And it's like he's actually like I played with him a bit. He's pretty brutal.
Nice. Speaking of Dragon Ball, some poor brave soul decided to put the entire Dragon Ball Super Broly movie on YouTube, and I watched it.
Neat. I have not seen it. I've been meaning to go to the theater that's showing it here, and I just haven't had the chance. It's in like a weird spot where I have to take 2 buses to get to.
Oh, gotcha. No, I like this one more than the old one because this probably.
Oh, it's also canon.
Yeah, it's canon.
It's so much.
It's canon.
Keep talking.
It's canon. It's also this Broly is a lot more believable. He doesn't just hate Goku because he cried a lot as a kid. He doesn't actually hate Goku. He doesn't hate Goku at all. But he just has.
I forgot to put that in there.
He has rage issues,
Okay,
and his father abused him.
I'll bring that up in a moment. We'll bring it up later. I totally forgot to throw that in there.
I'll just go ahead and say it now.
Vic McNug. I'll come to it later. I'll come to it later. But it has something to do kind of with that. But yeah, I've heard good things about it. I still haven't seen it. Apart also from me, I've got a new tattoo and I dyed my hair.
Yeah, nice.
Yep, my hair is now like a purplish blue. and I have a Mr. Sparkle tattoo on the back of my leg.
Nice.
Yep. So yeah, no, we should get into that a little bit later because it's another segment of just of people need to be better.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get into today's episode like we normally do with trailer talk.
Trailer talk.
Trailer talk.
Trailer talk.
Let's go with our first trailer here. We got the trailer for the new Shaft movie.
He's one bad motherfucker.
Shut your mouth.
Hey, I'm just talking about Shaft.
I could dig it.
Shaft. Starring Samuel L. Jackson as Shaft.
Yep.
He's like playing an old. You know, I thought this whole thing of like the older version of a character comes back and they have to meet their son would get old to me, but I still kind of like it.
Yeah. Especially when there's a contrast in personalities and one that's just not basically a carbon copy of the other.
Yep.
I don't know, like, I look forward to this. But, like, these movies were just ridiculous fun. They always were. Especially, like, that line was like, some dude who thinks he's like James Bond. He's like, maybe James Bond was based off me. That was a really, really funny line.
Yep.
But I'm looking forward to this.
And then more Detective Pikachu.
Yep, not much of an update, really.
No, it looks like the same one. Maybe a little bit more of a story. A couple, like, we get to see, like, a Lickitung and a Granbull. And people are surprised Granbulls are so... Like, that Granbull's huge.
Really? Because everything I see is people frightened about what Lickitung looks like.
Oh, yeah, no, Lickitung's supposed to be frightening.
Yeah. It's a giant creature that licks people. I mean, come on.
Yeah. And, like, Lickalily, its evolved form is even worse.
Yep.
But yeah, no, seriously, guys, I've heard a couple people freaking out about, oh, Granbull's so huge. I'm like, Granbull's like 4'7".
Mm-hmm.
It's its official height.
Yep. They're not short creatures.
No. Although, you know who is surprisingly short?
Huh.
Charizard.
Yeah, he's only, what, like 7 foot?
No. Charizard is 5'7".
Huh.
Yeah.
What?
Charizard's not very tall. People just draw him tall, but its official height is 5'7".
Huh. Alright then.
Yep. Venusaur, I believe, is like 7 foot, though.
Yeah.
It might be 6.
But he has a bulb on his back, so that kind of adds... well, I guess it'd be a tree, a Venusaur, but still, he has a tree on his back.
Okay, so... Venusaur is 6'7". Mega Venusaur is 7'10".
Jesus Christ.
And it's the tree. It's literally the tree that's that makes it so tall.
Right.
How tall is I think Blastoise is taller than Charizard. Oh no, Blastoise is like 3 inches shorter than Charizard.
And let's not forget Wailord. Literally the largest creature in all of Pokemon.
Yep. Oh wow, Feraligatr is 7 feet tall. So Feraligator's huge.
Yeah.
Feraligator is actually really big. Sceptile. Let's see how big Sceptile is. Sceptile's the same height as Charizard.
Okay.
Then
we got a new trailer for it's a sequel to the movie I still haven't seen, and it's for Frozen 2.
I've seen Frozen. It's okay. It's basically just another Disney movie. Like, it's nothing to write home about. I'm surprised it got so big. Like, I liked I say Tangled and Princess and the Frog were better.
I like Princess and the Frog, but mostly because of the music.
Oh yeah, the Princess and the Frog music was amazing.
Yeah.
But I'd say Tangled is a little bit better too. It caught that audience thing with having two women, two girls for women to dress up. Not women, it had two women for girls to dress up as.
Right.
And they hit that spot, and it's perfectly good, perfectly harmless. It does get a lot more hate than it should, but it also gets a lot more love than it should. It kind of balances each other out, and
you obviously
it was all right.
You obviously weren't a parent when that movie was big. Neither was I, but I had a lot of parents who now hate that movie because their kid would play it a lot.
But you gotta let it go.
Wow. Wow. That was
that.
that was ice cold.
Hey, the cold never bothered me anyway.
uh, wow, we got more enjoyment out of the puns for Frozen than actual Frozen. It
Yeah,
seems like,
but
yeah,
I'm glad people loved Frozen. It didn't wow me, but I'm like, it was. Oh, this is a movie. Neat.
yeah.
I'm glad I saw it, but I probably won't go out of my way to watch it again.
I haven't seen the first one.
And I
However,
could totally see the girl power message that people get from it. But there's
uh,
better girl power movies.
I'm waiting for the day in which they will take the Disney princesses and form an Avengers-like team.
Yes, I think that was supposed to be Wreck-It Ralph 2, but that didn't do very well.
Like take Elsa with her ice powers, then take Merida with her ability with the bow, and then I don't know after that, but get people who are competent in battle. You can start your own Disney princess superhero team. Just saying.
I'd be down for it. Speaking of teams, Toy Story 4 got another little trailer for that.
Yeah.
This is the showing the Key and Peele characters.
Yeah, they dropped it during the Super Bowls. Congratulations.
God damn it, Patriots.
Yeah, Patriots. I didn't pay attention to that game at all. I was playing Kingdom Hearts.
It was my nephew's birthday, quote unquote birthday. He was turning 2, and a friend of ours was in town. Also, I got my new computer. Oh yeah, by the way, I got a new computer.
Nice.
I'm not recording on the new computer yet because I don't have Discord or any of my stuff downloaded on it yet. But it's really nice. I do need to buy an external Blu-ray drive because it doesn't have a disc drive.
Right. Ugh.
As a lot of new computers don't have, but it's really fast, and it's what I've been playing Civ 6 on.
Okay.
Which shows my priorities. Civ 6 before recording stuff.
busy with that Civ 6, are you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I just need to find a good weekend where I have nothing else, but it's like Civ 6 came out, I gotta play it. And so like I'll probably fit with it next weekend and try to get everything on there. Because there's a lot of stuff I gotta get off of this computer to put on there. Right. But yeah, Toy Story 4 doesn't show us anything more except for Buzz gets put Woodied for Toy Story 2'd.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, basically.
Instead of going to some weird collector,
he becomes a prize at let's see, the BB range. It looks like.
Yeah, it's some sort of carnival, like side. What are those called?
Carnival games.
Yeah, there's another term for them, but yeah, carnival games.
I mean, this maybe I'm a minority here. I actually am not looking forward to this movie.
I feel 3 ended it so perfectly that anything more is just gonna
ruin.
Yeah.
It's gonna ruin the good bittersweet vibes of the ending of the third movie. That's how I've been feeling.
Yeah, that's exactly how it is.
Speaking
of Disney, so Aladdin's the next one, and I'm the whole people are upset about Will Smith as the genie. It doesn't really bother me.
Yeah, well, people are complaining about the CG blue effect. I'm like, that doesn't bother me at all.
No, that doesn't bother me at all. I do wish they would fix a little bit because his head does look like some head on another guy's body.
True.
But overall, I'm just like, no, that he seems all right as genie. You know one thing that does bother me? Jafar.
Why is that?
Jafar is way too young and way too attractive to be Jafar. Jafar is supposed to be a creepy old man. That is not a creepy old man.
Well, I mean, to be fair, maybe they're trying big expectations. Like, we don't know how much improv Will Smith's going to do, but Robin Williams did a shit ton when he was recording.
True, but still.
Also, go ahead.
No, keep talking. I'm bringing something up.
I was saying, I was looking at the cast. The only one they really didn't show was a Sultan, unless I didn't see it, to be fair. But we got to actually see, like, Aladdin and Jasmine. Jasmine was only for, like, a half a second, though.
Yeah, she's still hot, and they can't really dress her down anymore and keep their rate.
True. They are, trying to keep this kid friendly.
Yep.
I don't know, like, none of this really bothered me.
No, the only thing that really bothers me is Jafar, and it's like he's like too too not
Threatening.
threatening. Yeah, 1983. Oh, the girl who plays Jasmine was born in 93.
Oh, she's younger than me.
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah. The guy playing Jafar is born in 83. Like he's like 36. You need like some creepy old dude who's like in his like 50s.
I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Jafar was only really like the villain for the first movie. I feel like the story,
He was the villain in the second one too. He was like the villain in the second one.
the one that no one remembers, but like a handful.
That's the one everyone remembers. Like everyone thought like the Return of Jafar. Everyone remembers the Return of Jafar.
Really? Because no one I know remember. Like they remember Return of Jafar. No one can quote it. Everyone remembers the first one and the third one.
Nobody I know remembers the third one.
Really?
Yeah, it's always the first and second one, which are the Jafar ones. But yeah, no. Jafar should be a creepy old man, like not old decrepit, but like somebody in like their 50s.
An older man.
Yeah, an older man and kind of creepy looking, like that pervy dude who like touches like an intern's shoulder just a little too much.
Okay.
Oh, they should have Bob Iger play him.
Who?
Former CEO of Disney, who was a little too friendly with like people working for him.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah. Doing this podcast, you need to keep better tabs on who's who and stuff. I can't be the only one. You got to be able to correct me at least once.
I've done it before.
Oh yeah, you have. We got a weird overlap in what I have a weird overlap in things I don't care about, but I know information of.
Mm-hmm.
And shit like that stuff that like I know the information about it.
Yeah, and I have a weird information. I have just like a bank of useless information. I just don't remember CEOs because most of them are either garbage or I just don't care. To be fair though, Jeff Bezos has actually been on my radar. Not.
Oh yeah, Jeff Bezos is kind of. You know who I also don't like? Elon Musk.
Jeff Bezos has been on my radar because he's an asshole. But who is the? I'm forgetting his name suddenly. Like Schultz, the former Starbucks CEO.
Oh yeah, him. He's fucking crazy.
Yeah. I think about running for president. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he's fucking nuts.
Let's go ahead and move to the next one here for Captain Marvel.
Oh, speaking of Disney shit, I have plans to go to Disney around this time next year. I'm working on saving up the money.
Why February?
Well, not February. More like late March, early April. I just said around this time of year.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I went there once when I was 3, and I remember very little of it.
I haven't been. I went on grad night, which doesn't count, and before that, I was like 6. So I'm like, I should go to Disneyland.
I want to go to Universal Studios because of the world of Harry Potter.
I was making plans. I'm going to do 2 days at Disneyland, 1 day at Universal Studios.
Nice.
Because I want to go to the Simpsons thing.
Right.
There's the Simpsons world, and I have a fucking Simpsons tattoo now.
Yeah, true.
I'm going to walk around in Universal Studios wearing shorts because I want to show off my tattoo.
Makes sense.
Yep. Okay, let's move to the next one.
All right, Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
We're coming to a situation where if a trailer is being released nowadays, if it's not the initial trailer, nothing new is coming from these trailers. And that's the situation. We learn nothing new with a new trailer.
Nope.
So it's basically the last trailer.
Yep.
I mean, I'm still going to see it when it comes out on March 8th. Because I'm looking forward to this. And then it's going to lead to Avengers 4 Endgame. We get another trailer for that, by the way. That's on the list. But that's going to come in April. We also learned nothing. But I'm excited for both these movies.
I am too. Captain Marvel comes out like right before my birthday.
Comes out March 8th for Captain Marvel.
It's my cousin's birthday.
Nice.
And the first day of my vacation, because of my spring vacation. I always take a vacation in spring, and my mom's going to be up in town along with my little brother, so that'll be fun. and I think I'm gonna try to go see that during my vacation because I really want to see Captain Marvel. And here's a little tidbit for everybody out there: they filmed part of this near our hometown.
What, really?
They filmed they filmed some stuff at Shaver.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
I mean, I love Shaver Lake. I used to go there all the time when I was a kid.
right. Yeah, they filmed a bunch of they filmed like a big battle scene at Shaver Lake.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Right. So I'm like, I kind of want to. I'm like, yeah, this is like I went to this lake all the time growing up as a kid.
Oh, side announcement. I will be going to Toronto in June.
You're going to Canada?
I'm going to Canada.
Oh, jeez.
Dean's Wacky Canadian Adventure. And by that I mean it's like be wacky because I'm going up there for a wedding.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. My cousin's marrying her wife, so I'm going to go up there for their...
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
So I'm going up there for her wedding. I have to get my passport, which I've never owned a passport before, so this will be interesting.
Yeah, good luck with that. Make sure you come in with a small photo of yourself.
Can I use my license photo? Because that's
Nope, you
easy.
need to actually give them like a. You actually need to give them like a small photo. It's in the information.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you look at what you need, they say you need to bring in a small like wallet-sized photo, and that's part of the passport thing.
Fine.
Yeah. I know some places like the post office. Some post offices have a spot to actually go and like take that picture.
Oh, okay. Might hit up my local post office then, see if they have anything.
Yeah, post offices sometimes do, DMVs sometimes do, but more likely the post office.
But yeah, so
UPS stores.
I'll be in Toronto in late June, so that'll be interesting.
Cool.
And I've never gone to the Canadias.
I was like 7 when I went to Canada, which is also the amount of years ago that it's been since my little brother's been to Portland.
Huh.
So I'll be 30 in March.
Nice.
That was 23 years ago.
As of the 11th, I am 28.
Oh shit! Are you born? Is your birthday a month before mine?
Yeah, just a little bit. Mine's February 11th.
Mine's March 11th.
Holy hell.
Yeah, right.
That's a weird similarities.
Yeah, right.
Actually, it's interesting is that a friend of mine, Emily, is also born on March the 11th.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, really off topic.
Yeah.
Let's
Let's get back on the topic. Avengers 4 Endgame. More superheroes being sad and depressed.
Yep, more superheroes being stuck in space, and Captain America not having hope. Which,
yeah,
I say that out loud, seems to be a near common occurrence nowadays.
That is, yeah.
I don't know. I look forward to this. I didn't need this trailer, but all right, I'm still in. You still have me buckled.
Yep, I want to see how everything goes.
It's gonna come out in April, and that'll be the end.
Yeah, shit, it does come out in April.
Yep, and that'll be the end of a 11-year-old chapter.
Right? Fuck.
11
How did
years.
that happen?
We've been watching this story for 11 years.
Well, I mean, we keep coming back.
I mean, yeah, Marvel Studios has got my money quite a few times. I think the only time that I have not paid to watch one of the movies was for Ant-Man and Wasp, which I watched recently. That's the only time I've not paid.
Oh, some of the early ones I didn't pay. Like, I didn't pay to see the first Thor or the second Thor.
Fair enough. Yeah, see. I want to see what I didn't pay for. I didn't pay for any of the or the first 2 Iron Man. I didn't pay for the first 2 Thors. No way, I did pay for the second Thor. I didn't pay for the first one.
I paid for the first Iron Man, and it's the only Marvel MCU movie I have on. I bought it from a 7-Eleven, and it's obviously somebody's like rip of it. Like, it's bootleg quality.
Gotcha. So here's what we need to do. Before they release a box set charging us a shit ton of money, we We need to buy every movie of the MCU going back the last 10 years.
And then spend more money?
Yeah, but think about it this way. You spend like $5 to get one movie, or they're going to send you a $200 set to buy all the movies.
But if I buy everything, the thing is like, to buy all of them, I'm going to end up spending $200, so I buy them separately.
Well, okay, see. Iron Man 1, 2, and 3. Captain America 1, 2, and, 3.
3.
Thor
1, 2, and 3.
So that's 9 movies right there. All right.
Yeah.
Then 2 Ant-Man, so that's...
You know what? Hold on. I'm going to pull up Amazon real quick. I know we're just shitting on Jeff Bezos, but...
I mean...
Alright, so Iron Man 1, 2, and 3, right?
Yeah.
I don't want Prime Video. I want DVD or Blu-ray. Let's Iron Man 3 movie collection on DVD. And because it's still about $20 for the DVD purse. That's about right. Captain America. Oh wow, Blu-ray's cheaper. Really? Blu-ray's like $20 versus the 40 that is So $20 for Iron Man on Blu-ray.
So that's $40 for the two trilogies.
No, Captain America is $35 on Blu-ray.
Okay, so $55 for the two. And
Thor. Oh, we can just do that one. No, sorry, I'm just gonna do this. Another $30 for Thor.
Okay.
Avengers.
Let's round out the 4 movies. We'll just say it's like...
What? Oh, what is this? What is this? Marvel Studios Collector's Edition Phase 1. Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America, First Avengers. Okay, Phase 1. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Incredible Hulk.
Oh, yeah, Incredible Hulk. I'll get to that one in a moment. Avengers 1, 2, and 3. Another $50.
Yeesh. The hell are they charging? I could probably find some of these movies in a $5 bin. Not even joking.
It's because it's Disney, and Disney is like Nintendo, where they don't drop their price.
You know what? That's my new project. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna find
Incredible Hulk, $15.
I could probably find these movies for $5 a piece. Especially the ones that are 10 years old.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. Oh, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Another $50.
I'm gonna come back to this project. Let's go ahead and move on.
Doctor Strange. I'm sure if you go to like the used bin or go to like the sale section of it, you're gonna find these much cheaper. But they're averaging about between 15 and 25 per movie.
I think I can do better.
Yeah, you probably could. But as I said, if you're buying off, say, Amazon, it's going to be cheaper to buy that $200 pack.
All right. I'm going to do the math on this one, and I'll get back to you on it. Let's go ahead and move on to the next.
Oh, I forgot Doctor Strange, but whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, Black Panther. Doctor Strange is only $22.99 on Blu-ray. Black Panther's $20. Why is Black Panther cheaper than Ant-Man and the Wasp? Or you can buy Marvel Cinematic Universe Phase 1, Phase 2 DVDs, which are... Phase 3 Part 1. So you can buy the three of them together for $189.49, which is about close to your $200 package.
I think I can do better.
You think you can do better?
I think I can do better.
Okay.
It's going to require a bit of build-up and a bit of searching, but I think I can do better. Because sometimes Disney will just throw out like quick DVDs to just sell for the sake of selling. And I've seen them do it with Marvel movies more than a few times. And you can buy them like $5 for a DVD.
Yep. So moving on. Got another Shazam trailer.
I'm looking forward to this, actually. More so.
Yeah, I am too. I feel they've learned their lesson.
Let's hope they learned their lesson.
Yeah, let's hope they learn their lesson.
I mean, it looks fun. Which, I mean, that's what the DCEU really needs right now. They need a fun movie.
Mm-hmm. I heard, I haven't seen it yet, but I heard Aquaman was pretty fun.
Yeah, I still need to see it. I'm kind of behind on movies right now. But that's because a bunch of movies came out all at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm looking forward to this. I can't wait for Shazam.
Right?
And then we got a new, like a teaser trailer for the Tolkien biopic.
I really hope they cover the whole, like, romance he had with C.S. Lewis.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Because, like, they were buddies and they had, like, this friendly competition together. That's basically, he wrote Hobbit and C.S. Lewis wrote The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Where The Hobbit was like the fourth book in the series.
No, The Hobbit was his first thing. It was, like, his first, like, major thing.
Hmm.
He wrote The Hobbit before he wrote The Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
And he used The Lord of the Rings to expand on The Hobbit. The Hobbit was actually a children's story that he wrote.
Okay.
Like, it was meant to be like a children's story, whereas the Lord of the Rings was actually like a fantasy novel.
Right. And then we got a trailer for the new Child's Play remake that they're working on. Or instead of a possessed doll, they're doing it like a AI sort of deal.
Oh.
I don't know. I never really liked
Oh
it.
yeah. So going back to the Tolkien thing, publication date of The Hobbit was September 21st, 1937. The Lord of the Rings came out on July 29th, 1954.
Cool.
There is over 10 years difference between the two.
Okay.
You don't care about Lord of the Rings, do you?
No.
Oh man, I'm gonna keep talking about it just to bug you, but I do want to bring it. I want to see when the Lion, Witch, word. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And the Wardrobe. Okay, it was written in the 50s, but yeah, they competed with a lot of stuff. So okay, so the next one on there, Child's Play movie. It's basically another one of your remakes of like your 80s horror movies that they've been doing.
Yeah, and they're doing this one, but Sci-Fi's gonna be working on its own Child's Play series based off the original Chucky.
Oh,
Yeah.
weird.
So I don't know. Was there a demand for this that I'm not aware of? Did they want a remake of Chucky? I'm not aware of.
I'm sure there's somebody out there who wants it. The same people who wanted like a remake of like Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street or some shit like that.
Yeah. I mean, that was Rob Zombie. To be fair, he wanted the remakes. Dude loves his horror movies.
Oh crap! I forgot. I found a tortoise egg in my tortoise tank today.
Yeah, I saw the picture. Nice.
Yeah. It freaked me out a little bit. Though I found two of them, but I accidentally broke one. I found one. I set it aside gently, and when I was looking for more, I accidentally destroyed one looking for a second one.
Oh, that sucks.
But then I reburied the first one, and I don't know. I'm gonna have to do research. But yeah, I don't know. I probably won't see this one.
Same.
Ted Bundy movie is next up. People are complaining that they made Ted Bundy too attractive. They should have made him ugly, but I'm like, that's not who Ted Bundy was. Ted Bundy was an attractive man. Well,
like the victims who lived even said that he was a very charismatic person.
He was very charismatic. He was very attractive. You need to show. You can't just have every like murderer look ugly.
Yeah.
This is part of the thing. Is he is a terrible, awful person who's attractive and charismatic.
Well, it's like what they said in Addams Family. Serial killers just look like the rest of us. People expect them always to look like some kind of, they're reclusive, they're high, they're pale, they're antisocial. But no, the fact of the matter is that a lot of people who were serial killers just look like regular people.
Yep.
Jeffrey Dahmer, the BTK killer. A lot of people just look like normal people. We need to stop.
I've been. Keep talking.
I'll say
Keep talking.
We need to stop trying to act like that every person who's a bad person is ugly. Sometimes people who are ugly are just ugly. This is coming from an ugly person. Look, majority of the time, the people who you think are not serial killers, if you look at, not all, obviously, not everyone who looks normal is a serial killer, but if you look at the records of previous serial killers, they look like regular people, or some even look good. We need to stop acting like anyone who's ugly is up to something. Just saying.
Oh yeah. I've been listening to a lot of true crime podcasts, and that's a big thing with like these serial killers. Is they look like you and me.
Yeah. So it's always ridiculous when someone tries, like, oh, he needs to look ugly. It's like, first off, that would be inaccurate. Second off, that would be super inaccurate. He was a good-looking guy by historical standards, what people said he was, and he was charismatic. And not all people who are trying to kill you look like monsters. Sometimes they just look like everybody else. I mean, I don't know. That kind of annoys me when people.
I'm gonna take a word from the ladies of My Favorite Murdered. Stay sexy and don't get murdered.
Nice.
Please don't sue me, Karen in Georgia. I love you. Next one up, we have this trailer for a movie called Fast Girl, which looks like it's about a young African American girl, black. I think black's okay. Black girl with superpowers.
Yep. I don't know. It looked pretty good.
Yeah, I want to see some more trailers to get a little bit out of there, but I hope it does well. As I said with like Crazy Rich Asians, which I'm actually more inclined to see this one than I am to see Crazy Rich Asians. I hope it does well.
Good. Yeah, I hope it does well too. And
I may try to see it though.
I mean, if I can, I will. A lot of theaters around here only show major pictures, though. So if it ever gets on,
you live in that area of the country.
Well, here's the thing: it's not like we don't have local theaters, but the majority of them are chain theaters. So we're talking like Alamo, AMC, Regal, stuff like that.
Gotcha. Yeah, it looks pretty good, and I'll probably go. I'll probably try to see it.
Yeah.
Oh, Fast Color. I wrote the wrong one. I'm sorry. Fast Color.
Ah.
I feel dumb. I'm like, why can't I find it on my Google search? Fast Color. Oh yeah, it's supposed to. It came out on the indie films, but it's coming out at the end of March in 2019, and it looks pretty good. And I hope it does really well.
Yep.
I will try to see it.
Same. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. And oh boy. So there's the Fast and Furious series, and now they're working on a side story where they took Jason Statham's character and The Rock's character, I think it's Dobbs and Shaw, and we're getting a spin-off.
You know what? At this point, sure, why not?
I watched this trailer, and all I can think about is, I don't care about this movie. Let's know more about Idris Elba's character, because he could take bullets. I want to see that movie. I get he's the villain.
Oh, man.
I get he's the villain, but he's some kind of super soldier. I want to see the super soldier movie with Idris Elba.
Huh. Yeah.
It sounds
cool.
Yeah.
I'd watch it. I mean, I probably wouldn't watch it. I need to actually watch the what are they? Hey, the Extremely Goofy movies on Netflix.
Nice.
I should watch the Fast and the Furious movies because they went from being like, these are the streets, we're hardcore racers, and then it turned into and then it turned into
Basically turned into heist films, is what I did.
It turned into heist films, and then it turned into like a superhero film, and then it's like, what are you doing? Are you high?
Can you please choose a genre and just stick with it there, Fast and Furious? What are you doing?
Right? I don't know. Yeah, it's yeah.
And then it's pretty ridiculous what they're doing with this series.
So we got a couple TV show trailers. Dragon Prince season 2.
Which I've already watched, and
Oh, is it already out?
yeah, it's already out. Both of these ones that we're about to talk about are
Oh
already out.
shit! I didn't realize those were already out. I should add those. I've been watching The Good Place, so I'll probably watch it after I'm done with that.
Right.
And Good Place is pretty fucking funny. I just finished watching all of the regular show, which ends it actually keeps solid almost all the way through, like all the way through, and it's a great depiction of like your early 20s, and it would probably work as a serious show if they weren't like cartoon animals.
Right.
I also and then Umbrella Academy, which is based off of a comic book series.
Interesting note. It's actually based off a comic book series written by one of the members of My Chemical Romance.
Oh, is this the one that he did?
Yep.
Okay.
I have finished.
Better than his music.
I have finished Dragon Prince season 2. I definitely suggest it. It's a good series so far. Umbrella Academy. I'm wanting to finish it, but honestly, I don't like any of the characters.
No?
No, they're all whiny, self-deluded people. Pretty much what you expect out of a member of MCR, I guess. It's one of the characters ends up getting stuck in the future, which definitely sucks. But he gets to the point where he time travels back to the 2019. Well, suggested 2019 anyway.
I wasn't very. I'm gonna be honest here. Like, I've read part of the comic and it never drew me in.
All the characters are kind of, at least to me, kind of have been annoying me so far, because like they're letting like, oh, the world's gonna be destroyed in 8 days, and the one guy who knows about it is not really telling them, and anybody who does actually know about it, isn't really doing anything about it. They're worrying about their personal drama, while the end of the world is coming.
Oh, lovely.
So I was like, hey, this is stupid. It's a lot of I just
It
get what I'm
sounds
thinking.
stupid.
I'm gonna finish it and give you the full review because I'm on like episode 4 or 5. But I'm just kind of annoyed by it so far.
We'll skip the next two. We'll talk about those in the news. Let's just get to the news.
All right. First bit of news here is we're gonna get a David Bowie biopic.
The news.
Yep, we're gonna get a David Bowie biopic.
Bowie is going to be played by Johnny Flynn.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who Johnny Flynn is. Do you know who Johnny Flynn is?
Nope.
It's weird that I'd know somebody that you know somebody that I don't, but he is a singer-songwriter of the band Johnny Flynn and Sussex Wit, which I don't know.
That sounds like a super deep cut. If you have any UK listeners who want to let us know what that is, please feel free to do so, because I don't know who the hell this guy is.
I don't either. But cool. I like David Bowie. That's an understatement. I love David Bowie.
I think he's okay.
I'm gonna end that there. Not gonna get into this. Black Panther is being played at select theaters for free during Black History Month.
Yep, which is really cool. You don't see a lot of companies doing that nowadays. I know it's most.
No, I made a mistake. I said Bob Iger was the creepy one. It's not Bob Iger. It was the guy Bob Iger replaced.
Okay.
As the creepy because. Oh yeah, keep talking about Black Panther while I look for stuff.
Well, I mean, it's really cool. It's more of a publicity stunt than anything else, but it's still cool that Disney went ahead and released Black Panther for Black History Month. A lot of companies don't normally do that because it's a loss of profit. But regardless, it's still pretty cool that they did it.
Yeah, it is. It is a it is a bit of a loss of profit, but it made a ton of money. It got rewards. It won some SAG awards.
Yep. And it was nominated for an Oscar, the upcoming Oscars, which is pretty cool. And I think it won a Golden Globe.
Cool.
I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, I think it did. Was it Bob Iger or was it Eisner? I know one of the CEOs of Disney was really inappropriate.
I think you're thinking of Eisner.
It might be Eisner. Yeah, Eisner, not Iger. They're both CEOs of Disney.
Uh,
Black Panther free for some places. Won some awards. We got the Oscar nominations for 2019. Did that pass already?
no, the Oscars will show on February 24th, so we have some time.
Oh, so let's come back to this. We'll run through this at the end.
Well, I was gonna say I was gonna go over like Best Picture.
Oh no, let's go over to the end and let's see if we'll throw in our what we think they are.
Okay.
So let's go ahead on the end.
All right, and then Ben Affleck will not be starring in Batman movies. But
So the article headline of this article really bothers me because Batman doesn't fly.
I mean, Bruce Wayne Batman doesn't fly.
Yeah, you're right. It might be a different Batman, but their article is just kind of. But yeah, Ben Affleck not starring in the next movie. There's no more Batfleck.
I'm not surprised by this because
The next movie will focus on a younger Bruce Wayne.
So yeah, then we got new Street Shark concept art. Is this a movie idea?
Go if it missed it real fast. I think we got part of it, but part of the reason why Ben Affleck's leaving is it's basically they're going to be doing a movie version of Batman Year One, so they need a younger Batman. Yeah, just bring that on there. But concept art of Street Sharks.
Now, is this something that was working on, like, or is this just like a fan made thing?
I don't know, but it looks really cool.
Yeah, kind of weird they made this no real movie though.
Awesome.
Those are pretty cool. We also got news that we're gonna get a new Kung Fu Hustle movie.
Yep.
Looking forward to that. That movie was great in a crazy kind of way.
Those movies are fun. If you're unaware, Kung Fu Hustle was basically they redubbed an old like kung fu movie and made it a comedy.
No, you're thinking of a different movie.
No. That's they redubbed it.
No, that was Kung Pao Enter the Fist.
Oh, you're right. Is this the dancing one?
No, this is the one where, okay, I had to.
Oh, they're gangsters. Hustle as in gangster stuff.
Well, the main character pretended to be gangsters and because they want to be part of the Axe gang and.
Yeah, it's hustle as in like hustling on the streets versus hustle as in like do the hustle.
Yeah.
Okay, see, I'm a white boy, so when I think hustle, I think do the hustle. Do the hustle. You know what? Keep that one in there. Wouldn't be impressed if we get sued over that one. Like I'll go to the court thing and go, wow, I didn't expect this to happen.
Yeah.
Kung Fu Hustle 2, though. Yep. Cool.
And then we got the director of Resident Evil will be directing the new Monster Hunter movie, which will be out in 2020. No one has asked for this.
Nobody's asked for this, and that this director has not directed anything good. The best thing he's directed at? You know what the best thing he's directed? Mortal Kombat.
Oh, this is an Anderson movie.
Yeah, it's an Anderson movie, just like the other Resident Evil movies.
Ugh.
Yeah, he's not directed anything good.
Why would they choose him? Why are they making this movie? And why out in 2020? How about just not make the movie?
I don't know. Because Capcom's like... Because studio goes to Capcom, tells them they can make money, and Capcom's like, sure, go ahead. Your other movies made a ton of money.
I guess. Jeez.
Yeah.
Bit of news here. Disney reported the next Deadpool movie will be rated R.
Which maybe they'll bring back the... Because Disney doesn't like to do R because people assume Disney name with like PG and G rated. So
right.
I'm wondering if they'll bring back the Touchstone Pictures.
Maybe.
Touchstone? Disney Films.
Maybe they'll bring it back or something, because I don't see them doing
You don't know, if you didn't know that, Touchstones are Disney.
Yeah.
It was just their way of doing like rated R movies without actually muddying the Disney brand.
Yeah.
Currently dormant. It's currently dormant, so it could come back.
Possibly.
And I also think people know the Marvel Studios thing and kind of separate it from Disney.
Right.
So here, just a quick run through of the highest grossing Touchstone films, and let's do the top 10 like Disney film. These are all Disney films, by the way. They're the top 10 real fast of Touchstone worldwide: Armageddon, Pretty Woman, Pearl Harbor, Signs, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, The Proposal, Ransom, Real Steel, Lincoln, The Village.
There's some bad movies on the list.
That is all Disney films.
Ugh.
Let's see, adding on there: Wild Hogs, Enemy of the State, Unbreakable, Gone in 60 Seconds, Dead Poet Society, Sister Act, Con Air, Flight Plan, The Help, King Arthur, Need for Speed, Romeo and Juliet,
Ugh.
The Waterboy, Sweet Home Alabama, and Warhorse.
All right then.
Most of those are bad. I'd say Warhorse is really good. Dead Poet Society, Sister Act, Con Air,
Roger Rabbit.
Roger Rabbit. Pretty Woman's okay. I have a soft spot for Armageddon. Real Steel was the Rock'em Sock'em Robots movie.
Yep.
Unbreakable is decent. But yeah, Touchstone. By the way, those are all Disney movies, so if anybody tells you otherwise, you could, when you're doing like a Disney movie marathon, you can throw those in.
Nice. Speaking of movies, Jesus Christ, Bill and Ted, the third movie, starts filming in March.
Sweet.
In Tempe, Phoenix.
Hopefully it doesn't take forever to film, and we're still doing the podcast when that comes out.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yep. I don't know, like, I mean, we've already done the Bill and Ted jokes to death, so I don't think there's anything more we can say, but they're going to start filming this March, so that'll be interesting when that actually gets released.
Right.
Let's move on to the next one here. It looks like they're going to use Bumblebee to reboot Transformers.
It looked like a reboot. It smelled like a reboot. I hope it's a reboot, because that Bumblebee movie was how they should have started the series to begin with, and it's actually halfway decent.
Okay.
So I'm glad that if they're rebooting it, I'm glad they're starting with this.
Yeah.
All right, on to some TV news. Jordan Peele's Twilight Zone coming in April, and I hope it's better than the last Twilight Zone reboot.
Agreed.
Last Twilight Zone reboot was not good.
Agreed.
If you want a decent Twilight Zone reboot, I'd go for the movie.
Right.
That one's actually pretty decent. But the series that came out in like 2000, oh wow, there was one in the 80s and one in the 2000s, and both were pretty bad.
Yep. The ones in
I
the
want to say that I want to say the 2001 was worse.
it
It was canceled after one season.
Yeah, damn, that was. Whew.
2002 on UPN.
Remember when UPN was a thing?
Yeah, at NWB, and then they realized, oh, we're basically showing the same shows and fighting each other for ratings. Why don't we just make one series?
Yup.
At least the 80s one lasted a couple of years. I want to say the 80s one lasted, the 80s one lasted for like 4 years, so.
I'm looking forward to
But
this.
it wasn't that great, and kind of got, if you're going to go with 80s one, I'd go with like Outer Limits instead.
Yeah, 80s Outer Limits was better than 80s
Twilight Zone.
The reverse is true of the 60s. The Twilight Zone was better than Outer Limits.
Yeah. Resident Evil series on Netflix.
No, we don't need it. Moving on.
I kind of want it because it'd be something better than the movies.
This is okay. First off, I was not.
As long as it's better than. Sorry, what?
I was never part of the Resident Evil craze when it came out.
I played up to 4, and then I dropped out after 4. But I want a series that's actually true to the games.
The
movies are not.
Well, no, they're not. I don't know. Like, honestly, I don't really care. One, I'm still tired of zombies. I'm still tired of zombies.
The thing is, if you actually play through the games, the zombies are such a small part of it. It's the weird monsters that are actually more important.
Yeah, there must
Like,
just...
you got a lady, you got this hot lady who turns into like a hive for wasps.
Yeah.
And another guy's like arm mutates and takes over his body, and now he's a weird giant like blob arm monster.
That does not sound appealing at all.
That's what I want for my Resident Evils, are the weird giant mutants that they have. And that's what I want from this series, and I also... These movies are so bad. Just give
Yeah.
me... I will probably watch the series. I will report back on it, whether it is good or not.
And I probably still won't watch it.
Gotcha. Oh, speaking of things that I probably won't watch.
Craig Geekers. Yep. They're working on a reboot. Don't worry, you're not the only one not going to watch it, because I'm not going to watch it either. But people are flipping their shit about the new Crank Acres episodes.
I don't know. I remember it being that thing that came on after South Park, and that's the only reason I watched it, was because I was too lazy to change the channel. It was never funny.
I remember it being unnecessarily edgy.
It was unnecessarily edgy.
Like, the whole point was just to get shock value out of people. I was like, what is this, the 90s again? I don't. There's nothing much we could say. I don't think any of us can say anything about it. We both don't like this.
Yeah, I'm not for it. I don't like crank calls. They're just not. They're not fun.
Yeah. Well, I get past Bart Simpson.
Well, they're extinct because everyone has caller ID. Nobody answers their phone.
Yeah.
Bart Simpson, and they ended Bart Simpson's prank phone calls with the best one. I have a big butt. My butt smells, and I like to smell my own butt.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I think that was like the last one that they did in like production or something like that. I think there might have been one or two others, but like that was the last major one. Why the Last Man comes to FX. If you want an indie comic that's better than Umbrella Academy, I recommend Why the Last Man.
What is the synopsis of Why the Last Man? Because I never heard
Basically, this like virus goes through and kills every person with a Y chromosome.
So, kills all people born
except
male.
for all people, animals, everything.
Okay.
And the man, who is dubbed Y, is the only man to survive. Quote unquote man. I'll get into this in a moment. Him and his monkey. His monkey are both the only like biological males left in the world.
Okay, I'm getting a Clint Eastwood vibe here, but go on.
And it's basically him traveling the world, and he meets up with a bunch of cool, like, powerful women, and like there are some trans men there. So that's why I have to say biological man.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are some he runs into people who are like, oh, this is a man. It's like, oh no, it's trans man.
Right.
And it's basically him and it's basically them figuring out him. It's a weird apocalypse situation, but it's just women take over.
I mean, when half the world dies, what else are you gonna do? You gotta take over.
Yeah. I read the first little bit of it. I should probably get in and finish it, because it ran from 2002 to 2008, and it was like pretty damn good. It had a lot of like strong women, because being the only guy there, you're gonna have the cast is 99.9% women.
Well, when it's 99.9% of the world and one man, I mean, yeah, that makes...
So okay, plots of the real quick. July 17th, 2002, all living mammals with a Y chromosome, including embryos and sperm, simultaneously die, with the exception of a young amateur escape artist named Yorick Brown and his capuchin monkey, Ampersand. Many women die from the disaster caused by the men's deaths, such as plane crashes. Society is plunged into a chaos of infrastructure, and the surviving women everywhere try to cope with the loss of men, and the belief that, barring a rapid major scientific breakthrough or extraordinary happening, humanity is doomed to extinction. It's really good. I recommend it.
Okay.
I kind of want to see this series. I hope that they do it well, because I'm just really worried that they're going to like stereotype the women on there, and
Right.
And this had a lot of like powerful people. So moving on there. Howard the Duck animated series.
So this is a thing going to be happening because of Marvel.
I've read his comics. His comics are amazing. I look forward to this. They need to be it needs to be like short vignettes, or like do like a cartoon series or like the episodic. It needs to be episodic.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Because he has a lot of stuff. Does a lot of stuff in the background of Marvel Comics that like people are like, "Oh, it's you!" Like during the Civil War event, they're like, "You know what? You don't exist. We don't want to deal with you."
So they just made him the exception.
Yeah, he is the exception because they didn't want to deal with him.
All right then.
Yeah, most people know it from the terrible '80s movie, which it's better than that.
Well, yeah. I blamed the director for that one.
Wasn't it with director George Lucas?
Yep. Why I blame the director.
And people are like, "Oh, the prequels are so bad." I was expecting this. Like, you guys realize he only directed A New Hope.
Yep.
If you want to know what George Lucas was actually directing, go look at like Howard the Duck.
Duck puns. Unnecessary levels of duck puns. I love duck puns, and I thought that was stupid. I love puns,
All right.
excuse me. I love puns, and I thought that was stupid.
No, they specifically have to be duck puns.
I know they have to be duck puns. He's a duck.
No, I mean you only love puns that are specifically about ducks.
Put that into the Geekus Speakus mythos. That's right. It's only duck puns. If you ever do a live show, you can ask me a question. It has to involve a duck pun. Those are the rules now. Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh, no downers.
So I'm gonna get into this next one real fast. I mentioned it earlier. So there's a whole lot of controversy going with Vic Minoa. Minoda. Basically, he's a big anime voice actor. He is the voice of. He voiced Broly. He was the voice of Edward Elric. Of him basically being inappropriate with fans, and I've heard enough stories dating back the years that I can totally see it.
Wow, what a piece of shit.
The thing is people are defending him, like way defending him, like aggressively defending him. Even when he's come out and said he didn't believe what he was doing was inappropriate, like longer touching, like hugging fans, like just nothing super sexual, but like enough that like it's gone through the wavelengths of like people who work cons and his fellow voice actors of like, oh no, it's like he's kind of skeevy.
How could you not? Okay, first off, if a hug is longer than 5 seconds, I get uncomfortable. But even then, how would you not know what you're doing is making people uncomfortable?
He's very touchy-feely.
Just
yeah, but he's got a lot of people defending him, and like you get a lot of this stuff of, guys, we need to be better than this. This is after the Me Too thing. You got to be fucking better at this. People shouting like, "Oh, whatever happened to innocent before proven guilty?" That's the court system. That's not people's opinions of people. And this is one of those things that's been going around for so long that like I, in my little bit of working cons, have heard enough stories about him to go, yeah, no, that seems legit. And by the way, he's gone and like said like he might have fucked up. I really think the best thing for him right now is to just lay low for like a year or two.
yeah.
Maybe take some counseling or like stuff to like how to better behave in public.
Right.
Because he has a tendency to hug like 14-year-old girls a little bit too long. And note these are I'm going to stereotype a little bit here, but these are 14-year-old girls at anime conventions.
Right.
And he is not an unattractive man playing their favorite anime character.
Right.
So they may not they may not realize it at the time, or one of them is like, why don't they, I remember somebody was like, why didn't they say something immediately? I'm like, because they may have felt uncomfortable, but all their friends were excited and they didn't want to be Debbie Downer.
Right, of course.
But yeah, definitely in the Me Too era, you guys got to be fucking better than this. Don't defend people like this. It doesn't help them, and it doesn't help you.
Yeah. On a side note, if you are accused of something, don't double down on it.
And if somebody you like is being accused, a lot of the time when you go in there and you're aggressively defending them, it makes them look worse.
Yeah.
I really think if he wants to keep his jobs, he needs to lay low for like a year or two and take some serious like counseling and like classes to like what is appropriate, what is inappropriate, and also maybe issue an apology.
Yeah.
Because so far from what I know, he hasn't actually sexually assaulted anybody, but it was like uncomfortable touching, inappropriate actions, stuff like that.
Right.
So there is hope for him, but he needs to act on it.
Right.
But that's Vic Mignogna, and yeah, it's
We can all do better. And, especially him. Stop.
just So following the release of Dragon Ball Super Broly, which prominently features Mignog, I can't pronounce his last name, Mignogna. Vic, I'll just say Vic. Vic's work. Accusations of sexual harassment began to surface against Vic, with some allegations dating as far back as 2008. Multiple accounts alleged that Vic kissed, groped, and made unwanted comments to fans without the consent, some of whom were underage. Voice actress Monica Rial and James Marchi also tweeted their support of speaking out. I think Chris Sabat also did.
Mm.
And shared their own experience of being sexually harassed by Vic. On February 5th, Rooster Teeth, creators of the animated series RWBY, severed their business relationships with Vic, and Funimation recast Vic and the executive and morose Monokian. So basically, he's not with Funimation anymore. In response to controversy, Vic's categorically denied any accusation of sexual harassment. However, multiple anime conventions withdrew Vic from their guest list. On February 11th, Funimation confirmed on Twitter that they ended professional ties with Vic, which means they'll be recasting Broly if he comes back in English.
Right.
And he issued an apology during his panel at Back Anime and again on Twitter on February 14th, so Valentine's Day. So he is no longer Broly. He's no longer with RWBY. And I've heard stories dating back to maybe like 2008, 2009 of people meeting Vic and they tell me like, oh, he's such a great guy. And then they tell me what happened. And I'm just thinking in the back of my head going, that's a little creepy.
Yeah.
That seems creepy. He's like that, that uncle that's like a little too friendly with his niece.
Right.
And you're like, dude, you need to back the fuck off. That's not cool. But yeah, he needs to back away from the public light for a moment. They'll be recasting Broly. Yeah. So, guys, you gotta be better than this.
Agreed.
Let's move on.
Moving on to video game news, they've announced Dio and Jotaro is going to be in Jump Force.
Jotaro. So this game is so unfinished. Like, I've been watching videos of it, and I said I'd buy it if those two people were in JoJo characters were in the game, but I don't think I am, because apart from the combat, this game does not look unfinished. This game looks so unfinished.
I'm surprised they would put out an unfinished game, especially since Bandai has a whole thing about making, quality control and whatnot.
So there's like no QC in this. Let's see here. I was watching a video of a cutscene between two characters. There's no grunting. There's no nothing. They're just silent when talking. It's just there's some background music, but you could at least put like a huh or a or like some sort of like grunt to signify who's talking.
Right.
There's no mouth movements. There's no nothing. They just stand there.
So how do you know what's going on? Who is talking to who? Is there like a name with name colon and then?
And this is supposed to be an anime game. Why are your characters standing stock still when they're talking? You have Yugi talking. Why isn't he pointing dramatically? He's talking to Dio. This should not be boring.
Okay, couple things I want to say about this. This game is in general. First off, I've already decided if I end up buying it and playing multiplayer, I will be playing Kenshido just so I can say Mbaya wa Shinderu. That aside, Yugi does not belong.
But just still, Yugi is talking with Dio. This should not be boring.
Agreed.
And it was boring.
But he also
couldn't get through the whole... Okay, so I watched a clip of it today, just kind of preparing for this. The load times are like 2 minutes long.
In this day and age, that's monstrous.
and then it loads to a cutscene, which is some generic music. There's no voice acting, there's no talking. It's just text. There's not even like a grunt or like a or any noise. And the biggest grievance of all, they fucked up Dio's name. Dio is supposed to be all caps. That version of Dio, when he has the world, is supposed to be all caps. Every single thing, other than this, when it's Dio with the world, it is all caps. This Dio is not in all caps.
Okay.
His name is supposed to be in all caps. This game is unfinished garbage. I've been hearing from some people that it could possibly work down the line, but it's going to need a major, major patch.
Right.
So, yeah. Jump Force, disappointing garbage. Hopefully, it's not disappointing. Speaking of games with Dragon Ball characters that isn't disappointing garbage, there's a Dragon Ball Z RPG coming out this year. Hopefully that won't be disappointing garbage.
Can I be the only one who says that I don't want any more Dragon Ball Z games based around the series that is 30 years old now?
Yeah. At least this one's 3 is cell shaded, which Jump Force should have been fucking cell shaded.
Well, here's the thing. Like, honestly, I like Dragon Ball. I like Dragon Ball Z. I've not seen any of Super yet, except for the movie.
Super's pretty good.
But I'm tired of rehashing the same storyline that we've not been doing since like the early 80s or the late 80s.
You know what the best Dragon Ball game that's come out in a while? Dragon Ball Fighters.
Yeah.
Which is its own original storyline.
That's good.
Yep, the story mode is its own original storyline, and you're not playing through the same game.
Well, that's the problem. Is a lot of games that they release is just it's the Dragon Ball Z story again.
Yep.
What is the point of an RPG if you're just going to do the same thing again?
I already did this with Legacy of Goku.
Legacy of Goku. They've done this a bunch, and I'm getting tired. Like, I like Dragon Ball Z storyline, but you need to step away from it. For fuck's sake.
The other thing on there is I want to keep an eye on it because maybe it'll be its own original one. Because Xenoverse was okay. Xenoverse did its own original story as you're like a time traveler and a dimension hopper, and that was cool. Yeah. That actually worked. Dragon Ball Super, something I forgot to add on here. The dub of the Tournament of Power arc is showing up, so you're getting the different people from the different dimensions, and they actually made the 2 girl Saiyans from Universe 6 a couple in the dub.
Cool.
In the in the sub, they do a lot of like the Oni-chan and senpai stuff, and this one they're like, "Bitch, I love you. You think I'm attracted to that guy? Nah, you're the only one for me."
Awesome.
So we've come a long way since 90s Sailor Moon, where we turned the canonically gay couple into cousins. Now we turn the friends into an actual couple.
Right.
So, good on you, Funimation.
Yep.
Because it's like, yeah, no, they're totally a couple. Blah blah blah. Steam users bomb. Review. Basically, Steam users are dumb. After Epic Store deal, Steam users overreact.
Okay.
I'll let you say your piece.
Well, first, I need you to clarify. For one, I am a Steam user.
Because I just said mine. Basically, Epic game... Metro on Monday, the latest game series in the Metro Exodus games, became a Epic Store exclusive, prompting Valve to call a sudden departure unfair to Steam customers. That's fine. That's fair. For some Steam users, they served as a rallying cry. Basically, the next Metro game became an Epic Game Store exclusive, and it wasn't on Steam, which caused people who had Steam to go on to, which are both free services, by the way, Epic and Steam.
Yeah,
are both free services, and they basically go on to all the old games that the Metro Store was doing, and basically give them all bad reviews. They review bombed them. basically reviews that had nothing to do with the game were just like, I'm mad at this company, 0 stars. Or however they do it. Thumbs down.
I mean, that's stupid. But okay.
It's very stupid. It's people overreacting over something small.
Yeah.
We need to fucking be better than this.
Yeah, for real, guys. Stop with this. It's idiotic that we're doing this to a company. I mean, it sucks that Steam didn't get it. But, I mean, that's probably because Epic undercut them, and it happens sometimes.
And Epic even said it would honor all of the Steam pre-orders.
Yeah.
So...
Which means they got no money off of that then. If they took all the Steam pre-orders, they got no money for those pre-orders.
Yep. So, and guys, you really need to fucking be better than this. And Steam can't be the only game platform out there on the computer. I use Steam, but that can't be the only one.
Yeah, like I use Steam. Discord started its own service. There's EA's Origin. There's
the Uplay.
Fuck Uplay. There's
Uplay is so bad.
There's GOG, which we've gotten to ethics in that before, but if that aside, they are another platform technically speaking. If you're gonna come across situations where you're gonna have multiple choice, and this is how capitalism works. We can't just have one service because then they can charge whatever the hell they damn well please.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be healthy competition. Healthy competition.
Speaking of healthy competition.
Oh boy.
Fortnite is on Soldier Boy's console, and Epic immediately goes, "No, it's not."
Yeah. What a fucking liar, dude. How bad do you come on, what is up with you? What made you think that was a good idea?
Oh, have you seen his console?
It is literally, he took a Chinese console back when China had a ban on everything that, and any other console. And
that runs emulator ROMs not very well.
Yep, and just rebranded it and put it out there. That's all he did.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then he's claiming it does all this stuff that it doesn't do.
Yep. And
I'm just waiting for him to get, sued up the butt.
Basically, I'm surprised Epic didn't, when he made that announcement, it was no, in fact, here's a lawsuit for defamation.
Right?
What the fuck are you doing, dude? Don't make announcements if you don't actually have the game.
Right?
This is like the biggest snake oil salesman around right now.
Oh, shit. We got a bit of news just popped in.
This just in.
Marvel had no say in Netflix's cancellation decision.
Huh.
Yep. Head of Marvel Television, Jeff Loeb, head of Marvel Television, says the decision to cancel Daredevil and other Marvel Netflix shows was entirely Netflix's.
Then I have a lot of questions as to why they did it then.
Blah, 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 blah. And the Netflix situation is a situation... that was a situation where the network made a decision and we had nothing to say about it. Daredevil actress Amy Rutberg had something similar to say in December. My contacts at Marvel were very surprised. Any of the rumors that was Marvel's decision are wrong. I think it was purely a Netflix decision that comes from personal conversations with people high up in Marvel. They were very surprised. Basically, it came as a surprise to everyone at Marvel.
It is weird. I mean... Why am
I think it's because they don't make as much money off of it.
Possibly.
Yep.
Let's move on to the next bit here. Modders for Star Wars Battlefront 2 have made it where you can get a headless Count Dooku.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, I mean...
I've seen weirder things modded.
Yeah, same here. There's a mod for the original Doom where it's all voiced by one guy, all the sound effects. Doors.
Oh, what was it? There was. Keep talking. I'm trying to think of what it was.
Like doors opening, guns being shot, all one dude's voice.
Oh, that's what it was. It was everything in the game was replaced by Nicholas. It was for Skyrim, and everything in the game was replaced by Nicolas Cage's face.
In Skyrim, in the early days of modding, you can get a mod where all the name dragons were Macho Man Randy Savage.
There was also another one where it turns all the dragons into like something weird.
There's one where all the mud crabs in Skyrim turn into Zoidbergs.
Modding is weird.
Modding is weird. So this is somehow like the less of the weirdest part of modding.
Yeah, this one's kind of tame.
Yeah.
Like now, if his head and arms were replaced by penises and his lightsaber was white colored,
I'd be like, no.
Then we can talk.
I was like, no, that's the internet I know.
Yeah.
Next bit of news here. The director, the director of Cyberpunk 2077 has gone on to Blizzard. Interesting note that's not on this list. Blizzard is also doing a shit ton of layoffs.
Actually, that's the next thing on the list.
Oh, well, let's just conjoin the two because it's basically the same bit of news.
That's what I had them one right after another.
So
it's why I'm not excited about the above, because Blizzard laid off a ton of people after giving their guy a really sizable. They said they made a ton of money, and they gave like some of their CEOs a bunch of money, and then they're like, "Yeah, we have to lay everyone off."
Interesting note. I got a message the other day. Like this has been news that everyone knows, but I got a message on Netflix saying that they're raising the prices of their subscription service so that they can pay for their service. The annoying part is that there was a report that last year they paid nothing in taxes and had nothing but profit. So that
who also didn't pay their taxes? Amazon.
Yeah, that one doesn't surprise me. Jeff Bezos is kind of an asshole.
Pay your fucking taxes.
But to raise my subscription service, which I only have the second package, I don't have the best. I just have the one where that way like two people can watch Netflix at once.
Yeah, that's the one I have too.
To raise it to $13 a month, but they paid nothing in taxes last year and had nothing but profit, kind of angers me.
Mm-hmm.
Like
yes, it angers me too.
You're not going to pay into society, and you're going to increase your service.
Please refer back to what I said earlier that got cut out.
Yeah.
Check my Twitter.
Jesus, mother.
Yeah, it's yeah.
But they hired this new director, and then fired a bunch of people over Blizzard. I don't like Blizzard, for reference. I never have, but this is worse than normal. This is terrible.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Compare this to Nintendo, where when the Wii U didn't do well, instead of firing everybody, the CEO
took a pay cut.
Yeah, that's how you're supposed to be.
Yeah, that's good leadership.
And actually, going further on this,
speaking of Nintendo,
well, let's skip that. I'll come back to that one. A lot of game developers want to unionize, and I stand behind them. I strongly stand behind them.
I stand behind them too.
They're getting game design is a very much a you work on one game and then you get fired and then you get brought on by another company. Yeah. You don't keep your job for years as a game developer anymore.
Well, there's a lot of issues, not just that. I mean, that's definitely one of them.
We'll get into that.
But there's stuff like working 100-hour weeks. We're getting like the death march, which is what they call it in Japan whenever they overwork too much. People are getting underpaid. There is
laid off with no warnings.
There's some companies that have had issues with sexual harassment, like Epic, as an example, another game developer game. A lot of these, there's a lot of problems, and a lot of these people are wanting to, set up a union, which makes sense because they're underworked, overworked, underpaid, and a lot of these places do not handle their employees, not handled in a bad way, obviously, but they don't handle their employees right. And I get that you need to have quality games out, but that doesn't mean you can, just say fuck you to your employees. Do what we say or just leave. You can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
This goes back to a bigger problem that people don't, as Americans, we don't value our people because we value companies. I'm not going to get into this, but basically is that your workers are the backbone of society, not your rich people.
Yep. But we've convinced people that the rich people are the backbone of a society and that unions are bad, and we need to get past that because that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Unions are important, and the workers are the backbone, and I will stand by this.
Yeah. Well, we've done our soapbox. I guess I did my soapbox. Sorry about that.
Yep.
Overriding on that one.
We had 2 soapboxes today.
Yep. Speaking of Nintendo, by the way, they're working on Metro Prime 4.
Yeah, they actually just restarted development because they're like, we don't like what we have.
Right.
And what I like the transparency, where instead of saying, oh, it's coming, they're like, straight up, yeah, no, we don't like this. We're starting again.
It is appreciated. Instead of just lying to us or pushing it back, they're just like, hey, guys, we don't like what we've done, so we're just going to restart. It's better.
Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Other weird kind of a thumbs up. Farming Simulator Esport League, because sure, why not?
What? No. Hold on. Why? The question is why, not why.
I said that a long time ago about esports. I'm still not a big esports person, but you know what? Fine.
But it's Farming Simulator. Next is Train
Simulator.
Simulator.
Because it's super popular in Europe.
Is Train Simulator give me the next esport? Is that what's next?
Oh yeah, but the only way you can play is if you own all the expansions. By the way, the first Train Simulator is with all the DLC is the most expensive game on Steam.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yep.
As well as these simulator games. These are fucking crazy.
Yep, I have Boat Simulator that came with like another game, and I realized, oh shit, I have Boat Simulator, and it's kind of fun, but at the same time, there's like no instructions.
That simulator games to me were not like The Sims or Sims games, which were simulated games, you know, like Sims Tower, Sim City, that kind of thing. But just the straight up like
you get to control a real farm equipment with all the excitement of controlling a farm equipment.
I mean, dude, I live in rural Missouri. I could do that now if I wanted to. I can go outside, go to the farm, like, hey, you guys need some help?
But don't you want the fun experience of driving a hay baler?
I have a friend who has one. I could go do that right now.
But don't you want the fun experience of badly trying to control one with the keyboard and mouse?
No, I have a real machine I can do that with.
No, you don't want to control like 20 knobs with a keyboard and mouse?
No, I could go drive a real hay baler.
What about a pickup truck?
Once again, I can go drive.
I think I also have Trucking Simulator, but I haven't played that one yet. It came with like another bundle I got.
Yeah, fuck it. What? Why is this a thing? Why is this a thing? First off,
they're popular in Europe.
What are you doing, Europeans? Why have this?
Yes, what are you doing, Europe people?
I'm calling you that for the rest of this episode, Europe people.
Europe people.
What are you doing, Europe people? Like,
though I do want to get there's a Oregon expansion for the Trucking Simulator game that I had gotten for basically from another bundle, and I do want to pick up that expansion because Portland's in there, and I want to drive a truck into Portland and see how real it is.
You know what you could probably do? Just ask a trucker to drive you around Portland. There's probably.
Well, I already go around Portland. I want to actually see their map design compared to actual Portland. I want to see how well of a good job they did.
But they also have Google Maps. Will that not basically be the same thing?
I want to see if it matches Google Maps. I want to see if the video game matches. I don't even care about the truck driving. If you could just give me their map they used, I'd be happy with that because I want to see if it actually compares. Like, are these streets actually the streets they're supposed to be, or is somebody telling somebody, "Oh, you're driving in Portland," and I'm going like, "No, that's not Portland."
Why is this a thing? Why is this a thing?
Catch me on Twitch later where I'll play a Trucking Simulator driving through Portland and pointing out inaccuracies.
Oh, fucking yay. Sounds fun.
It's not going to be fun. It's going to be...
Tune in for that, people.
Sure,
fucking
why not?
Truck Simulator. Woo-wee. Next you gotta go...
Going on to some better news. My favorite Zelda game is getting a complete reboot.
Oh, so A Link to the Past, right?
Yeah, Link to the Past, the best one.
Yeah, because the one that they released was one for Link's Awakening, but Link's to the Past. Now that was the best one.
Yep, and they're doing it's coming out, it's supposed to come out this year later for the Switch, and they're basically doing a full, um,
Hey, they're doing a Link's Awakening, not Link to the Past.
sorry, Link, that's what I said, right?
No, I was saying Link to the Past because that was, in my opinion, the superior Zelda game.
No, Link to the Past, Link's Awakening is the better one.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you, but it was part of one of the short-lived Capcom run of the Legend of Zelda series.
At least you didn't say Ocarina.
It's good, but not on my. It's on top 10, but not top 5. It just skirts the top 5.
Yeah. But Link's Awakening is probably my favorite one. It brings some of the stuff I love. I love the Windfish song. Marin is best girl. There's just a bunch of cool stuff on there. Like Marin's best girl. Windfish song is probably my favorite song, and it's probably the first game I ever played where I had a moral dilemma.
A moral dilemma for a Capcom game?
Well, it's still a Nintendo game. Capcom developed. It's still a Zelda game.
I mean, fair, but what was your moral dilemma?
The very end.
I have not played this game in damn near 20 years. You're gonna be a bit much.
Okay, spoilers for a 20-something-year-old, like for a, well, it came out in 89, no, 92, for like a almost 30-year-old game. The very end, you go to wake up the Windfish,
Right.
and the Windfish is like, hey, if you wake me up, this whole island disappears along with everyone on it.
Yeah, it's because it was a Windfish's dream.
But those people are real thinking people. Like, I know it's a video game, but they're real people to you.
Yeah.
And I had this dilemma of, do I have the right to, eliminate all these people?
I mean, fair. That would be a bit of a moral dilemma. But it's kind of like Final Fantasy X. They're not real. They're not actual people. They're all dreams meant up by one particular powerfully strong creature.
Except in Final Fantasy X, it was Titus who was the dream and not the other people.
Yeah, I know. I'm just choosing an example because Titus was the dream.
But just because they're a dream, they could be... They're real people.
Let's just put it this way. People have thought about Ichigo from Bleach. Would you think he's a real person?
If I run into a guy named Ichigo and spent time with him talking to him, sure, I think he is a real person.
Oh, fair enough.
That's the thing. That's the difference between like a fictional thing that's something you read in a book. These are people you've talked to and you spent time with and you got to know and you've helped them and they fed you, and so yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it had a moral dilemma for me of, do I want to finish this game and wake up the Windfish?
Yeah.
Okay, BioWare says there's probably going to be more Mass Effect games.
Yeah, they're basically saying that it's not dead, which is good. Because while the last game was not great, it's still a good series overall.
Yep. Hopefully they'll bring some more stuff on there. Hopefully Anthem doesn't take all their time.
It will take a good chunk of their time. I'm sure they call it.
Probably will. Blah blah blah. Watch Dogs 3 in the near future. Watch Dogs 2 was pretty decent.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Better than Watch Dogs 1. It was like a complete 180 in Watch Dogs 1.
Well, Watch Dogs 1 was meant to be very dark and gritty, but Watch Dogs 3 was or 2, excuse me. Watch Dogs 2 was very much the goofy side of it. It was very much about, they're doing it, not really understanding the situation that they're in half the time, but still.
Oh, yeah, and like your character never killed anybody and freaks out when you kill somebody.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could kill someone in the game if you wanted to, but in the storyline, I don't think you ever do. You pretty much just knock people out because you're not an agent. You're not, some dark, gritty guy who lost his family. You're just a, 20-something-year-old fighting the system.
Yep. Fight the man.
Fight the man. I don't know. I like the last game. I can't wait for the second one to come out.
Yep. That was cool.
The only thing we got here is that it's so far just rumors for reference. because we have someone applied for a trademark on Watch Dogs 3. So we don't.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't know when.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah, trademark stuff. Speaking of trademark stuff, copyright law in Poland is apparently really weird.
Yeah.
So I've looked further in this. The CG Project Red are willing to give the creator of The Witcher more money, but it's like, oh, that's cool. Like, oh, he must have won. No, it's because they're giving him more money because if he tries to sue them, the way Polish copyright law works, he would basically own everything if he tried to sue them.
Oh boy.
Because it goes to the original creator, and it's proof that he is the original creator, and anything with the Witcher name on it would automatically become his.
So in this,
excluding profits.
Well, like I did read a bit into this myself, specifically the end of this case. The case has been settled, but they won't say how much it was settled for. But they did give him more money. So I'm assuming that the sum is good, but it's less than what he was suing for. But they won't say how much they were suing for, or how much.
And it's less.
How much they settled for? Excuse me.
Yeah, and it's less than he would have. Like basically, if he would have gone to court, it's one of those things of realizing that if he had gone to court with them, they would have lost, just the way Polish copyright stuff works.
I don't know. I think it's kind of weird given that he signed over the rights and just took a flat fee.
Well, he didn't think video games were working because he was a curmudgeon. He's an old dude.
Yeah. I mean, it's like it was by the time it was bought out, it wasn't already an entire multi-billion-dollar industry, so that's on him.
Yep.
Anyway.
And then next one, there is another Battle Royale game that I want to be mad at, but I can't. Because everything I've seen of it, I'm like, oh, this fixes all the problems I have with Battle Royale games.
So it's Apex Legends is the name of the series. It comes to the creators of Titanfall.
They did scrap Titanfall 3, but I think it's a temporary scrap. They might still be working on it. That's up in the air.
Right.
I'm disappointed that there's no wall running or mechs, which might come later. But it is a Battle Royale game with It's a hero shooter Battle Royale game. So think
Star Wars Battlefield meets PUBG.
No, Overwatch and Team Fortress 2. Hero shooter.
Right.
So you have specific characters meeting PUBG. So instead of playing like a generic random person, you're playing as this specific character with this specific power set. But one of the best things I found out, I'm like, okay, cool, I like hero shooters. And then I found out there's no voice chat in the game.
Oh, good.
It's a ping system where you have a set list of things you can say and ask for.
Good.
Yeah. So I wanted to be mad at this game for killing Titanfall 3 and removing my favorite things of Titanfall. But I'm just like, I keep hearing about it. I'm going like, damn it. It's like Nancy Pelosi. Stop making me like you. I don't want to like you.
Real quick, before we move on, there was one I believe I included, but maybe it just didn't get set up. They have announced a new Persona game called Persona Q2 for the Nintendo 3DS. It's going to come out in March.
The what now?
It is Persona Q2.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see that one in there.
It might have been one of the additional POIs I'd set up, but basically it's going to include every character since 3 in the game.
Fun.
Yep.
Is it a dancing game? A fighting game?
I don't know yet. They just released a trailer for it, and that's basically it. It looks like the idea is focused more around the movie this time, rather than like anything else. But yeah, we're getting another one here in about a month.
Cool.
Time to dust off the old 2DS.
I have my 3DS sitting right here.
Speaking of Persona, there is a fan-made Persona board game.
I hope they sell this to the public.
The problem is it's fan-made, so they have to get Sega, who owns Atlas, to buy the rights to it.
If that doesn't work, just tweak it enough so that it is a copyright-safe similarity.
Yeah. There aren't
Which, by the way, watching the end of watching through regular show, like at the beginning, I think they blew their budget on music way early on because there's a ton of stuff in the later seasons where I'm like, I could totally tell what song they wanted and they couldn't get the rights for.
Right.
Like that's totally supposed to be like a Van Halen song, or that's supposed to be the safety dance, but they couldn't get the rights for it.
Right.
And I think I remember listening to an interview with those guys on a regular podcast. Where, like that became a problem in later of we want this song in here, but we can't afford it.
Yeah, the budget wouldn't allow it because Cartoon Network was like, no, you already got shit like Whitesnake. That's all you get.
Right, the soundtrack of the. I kind of want to go in and find and like actually put the music that's supposed to be in there in those scenes and see how it works.
Right.
But yeah, copyright safe variation.
Nice.
And that's what I'm hoping for people. If they can't get the rights for it, I hope that's what they do because it looks like a fun game.
Yep. Moving on to the next point. The new 5th edition starter set is going to be Stranger Things themed.
You get to face the Demogorgon.
It's actually meant to be... I haven't watched enough to know what this show is about beyond just some generals of it. But the campaign is actually based off one of the main characters' campaign in the series, from my understanding.
Yep. It's what starts the whole series up.
Yeah. At the very beginning of the series when he's like, either fireball or heal.
Yep.
So that's gonna be pretty cool. It's even though I don't really care for Stranger Things, one thing I like is that it has brought D&D to a more positive light in the general public, so it's becoming not uncommon to come across D&D players nowadays. It used to be like you had to know some people to know some people. So
this
is
yeah,
cool.
5th edition's super popular.
Yeah. Well, it's very new people friendly, is what it is. Like I played.
It is. I will admit that because there's a reason why I tend to not let newbies play spellcasters.
Oh yeah. I usually when I was playing 3rd edition, if I had a new player, I always just advise them to play melee to start off with, just to get the general concepts. Because you play melee, you understand the general concept of the game, and then you have to bring in magic, which is a whole separate system that's hard to teach new people.
Oh yeah, it takes a minute to learn magic, and I play a cleric, and I'm still confused by magic.
Yeah. So this kind of thing is really good for, like 5th edition is good for people who've never played before. So it's a good way to be inclusive with your games.
I'm glad that it's become so popular. Like, I'm glad it's it's brought it to the forefront.
Yeah, agreed. I'm really glad that, especially given the satanic panic back in the 80s, that it's finally seen in a positive light.
Let's skip this next one. We'll come back to it.
All right.
I want to get to these other ones real quick.
Well, there's one we didn't go over.
Which one?
Oscar nominees.
Let's go to these 4 real fast. We'll do Oscars, and then we'll do this last one.
Okay.
So this is a bit of a mislead. It's only the specific brand of the Sweethearts candies that weren't being sold on Valentine's Day.
So Sweethearts are those chalky candies that no one really liked. We're not going to be made this year.
Only that brand.
When I saw this, my thought was, oh no. Gosh darn it.
They were the worst ones. Like, all the other ones were better.
It tasted like chalk, okay? Let's just finally all admit this.
If I wanted to taste chalk, I'd eat a handful of Tums.
Literally, I've literally enjoyed Tums flavors more than I have enjoyed these Sweethearts. And I have like heartburn a lot. So this
I had heartburn to the point where I was throwing up blood.
Oh.
I take Prilosec now, and that's helped a ton.
I've cut sugar, and that's helped a ton.
For me, it was salt.
Ah.
Like, overly salty things just made it the worst. Like, even with the Prilosec,
Yeah.
salty things will still do it to me.
Super salty things or sugar tends to cause my heartburn to come up. But
not spicy. Spicy's never done it to me.
Yeah, I'm usually fine with spicy. But we're not getting Sweetheart candies this year, and I don't care.
Or citrusy. I love citrus and I love spicy, and I'm glad those don't really hit me really hard. It's overly salty and, yeah, sometimes sugary.
Yeah.
like lemon and spice, which people are like, oh, you have heartburn, you should avoid like lemon, like citrus and acids, and coffee will do it too. Citrus and acids, and you should avoid uh, uh, spicy stuff. And I'm like, those don't bother me.
Yeah. Speaking of
Next
food,
one on here, I'm curious.
speaking of food that no human should ever consume, Heinz Ketchup is releasing their own line of caviar.
Caviar. It's not actually fish eggs covered in ketchup, or even ketchup made with roe. These are little pearls of Heinz tomato ketchup that come in a caviar-esque packing. So it's just ketchup made to look like caviar.
And I know exactly who they're containing this to. My aunt. She fucking loves ketchup. I hate it, but she loves ketchup.
You know what? Before you say you hate ketchup, you should give like homemade ketchup a try. It tastes nothing like
I think that'd be
the store-bought crap.
I think that's dependent on who makes it, and that's true of anything you eat. So that's why I would not go with that.
Also, there is a brand of ketchup, locally made ketchup here. It's an organic ketchup that tastes different. It's super good. It's one I actually recommend trying a little bit because it's actually pretty good.
You know what I had?
The only thing I put ketchup on is the occasional fry. I'm disappointed if I have to put ketchup on a fry. They're bad fries. Fuck you, Carl's Jr. Your fries.
There's a local burger joint out of my area called Black Sheep, and they have I hate mayonnaise. I honestly do, but they have this white truffle mayonnaise. I hate mayonnaise, but
I'll be honest. I put a little bit too much mayonnaise on sandwiches, a little more than I probably should.
I'll be honest. I use almost no mayonnaise whenever I can, but
I will say this. I'll let you finish. You finish your thought.
they have white truffle mayonnaise that you can just get as a side to your fries as like a dipping sauce.
That sounds delicious.
It is delicious. I hate mayonnaise, and I thought this was good. They're a place that's really known for their concept burgers and stuff.
Okay, we have a place like that called Killer Burger here.
And was it one of their also their milkshakes, because their idea for milkshake is to take a pie or cake and then blend it with the milkshake.
That's what Sherry's does. We have a place like that called Sherry's, and they do that too, and it's
Nice.
Delicious.
Nice. But they
best way to describe Sherry's is like a mix between Denny's and Marie Callender's,
Oh,
but
I
with
getcha.
better shakes and pies.
I getcha. Yeah, but the place I went to was called Black Sheep, and anybody in the Springfield area, go try them out. Honestly, they're pretty good. So,
Hold on. Sorry, I'll let you finish.
I was getting on to the next bit of news here.
Oh, real quick. Carl's Jr. has terrible fries because I have to eat them with ketchup. And a BLT, the only condiment that should go on a BLT is a little bit of mayo, and that's to keep the bread from getting soggy from the bacon grease and the tomato juice.
All right. So Detroit is getting its own Fire Festival inspired LARP.
Yep.
For people who
I need to watch those.
Hulu and Netflix documentaries. So for people who may not listen, I'm assuming anybody overseas because it was all over the U.S. There was Ja Rule and a couple of other rich people who were trying to set up a festival, specifically for rich people. Rich 20-year-olds, basically. And oh boy, did things go bad quickly.
They said people were going to be there that they didn't actually book.
They said people that that didn't book. Anybody who did book did not go on stage. They tried serving food, but they ended up serving what was basically just like ham and cheese sandwiches, which was not.
Apparently, it took them way longer to get water past customs than it should have.
Yeah.
They kept saying it was Pablo Escobar's island and Pablo Escobar's family estate, and lawyers were like, "No, stop calling it that, or we will sue you."
Yep. The whole thing was a giant clusterfuck. There are 2 documentaries to go check out. One of which is the one on Netflix. I think it's literally just called Fire Festival. And there's one on Hulu if you want to get a full aspect of the story. So someone is creating a LARP based around this concept. Can I be a raider, please?
I want to be a rich kid who has to eat his best friend.
I want to be a raider. I want to be like, Have you ordered food, or I'm gonna kill you at this festival.
I'm gonna pop my collar. I'm gonna wear some cheap ass sunglasses. I'm gonna wear a sideways hat. Yo, dog, I heard you got some food over here. My cannibalism crew is gonna eat ya. Frat boy cannibals in the house. Alpha, alpha house. Woo, woo, woo.
Hi, my name is Jeff. I'm one of the poor people that came here for a job, and I'm going to kill you and steal your items. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Let's go eat Beyonce. Wait, Beyonce ain't here? Let's go eat some other guy.
Did Ja Rule arrive? I'm gonna eat Ja Rule.
I'm gonna eat him. Yep, I'm gonna play a cannibalistic. If I were to do it, I'd play a cannibalistic like bro.
Cool. I could be a raider, like a weirdly polite raider.
And then from.
God.
So let's go. We're gonna be on this for a while, so let's move on. Japanese whiskey shortage won't stop, and there's a good reason for that. It's because it became super popular in the past couple of years, and the production can't keep up with consumption.
Yep.
Just period. They can't keep up with the.
So they have more money they know what to do with. Eventually there will be a collapse because no people will stop buying it for the lack of ability, and the company will go under because they're going to have a lack of money.
Yep. So, alright, I got the Oscar nominations. Do you want to just do, just stop buying Japanese whiskey for a couple years, let them build their stocks back up, and then buy it again.
Yep.
Tequila is going to go through the same thing because that plant we're kind of drinking it into extinction.
Oh, agave?
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, agave nectar is terrible because it also uses that plant, and that plant's rare. And honey is better for the environment and doesn't harm the bees, and use honey.
So
honey is good.
So what you're saying is we need to go back to drinking mead.
Yep.
Side note to this story.
Or in America, whiskeys are good in America because we have a surplus of corn.
A side note to that story, there's a store I'm not going to name because we're not being paid by them, but it's kind of cool because you can go shopping and drink beer at the same time.
That's like half the stores in Portland.
This is a really cool concept because you can spend like $2, get a pint, and then go do your shopping.
That is literally like half the stores in Portland.
The other cool thing about it is that they make fresh ramen there, so you can do that, stop to get your ramen or sushi, and drink your beer and go back to shopping.
Okay, I do know of one place in Portland that does that, but not every place.
Yeah, they literally serve fresh food there, or you can get like a $2 pint and get your fresh food and do your shopping. And I went there the other day. I was like, "All right, shut up and take my money."
But yeah, if you want whiskey, buy American or buy British or even Canadian.
Yeah, Canadian. Like I don't like whiskey. Canadians, but Canadians make a decent whiskey.
Crown Royal, Canadian.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into some Oscar nominations. So for Best Picture, we have. Drum roll, please. Black Panther. Black Klansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, Green Book, Roma, A Star is Born, and Vice. Out of those, I've only seen Black Panther and Black Klansman, and have only heard of like 5 of them.
Well, we discussed Green Book on a previous episode.
That's one of the 5.
That's one of the 5. I don't think that should get it, and not in the way you think it is. Simply because the director has said some Islamophobic things in the past, which is funny because the lead, who plays the pianist, is Muslim. So that's, what the fuck are you doing, dude? And also they made Viggo Mortensen's character, according to what people have said, they made Viggo Mortensen's character better than he actually was. Like, he wasn't really that great of a person, from my understanding.
My vote is for either Black Panther or Black Klansman.
I haven't seen Black Klansman, so I think I'm going to go with Black Panther.
It was probably one of the most powerful movies I've seen in a long time. But I think it's Black Panther. I think it'll probably... I'd vote Black Panther.
It was a good movie, so I'm hoping
I'd vote Black Panther because I can definitely see how Black Klansman couldn't get Best Picture because it was a very powerful, but it was also a very political movie, and very political movies don't often win. Right. Sadly, I think it's going to go to A Star is Born.
Let's hope not. So, and then, what else have we got?
Lead actor, Christian Bale in Vice. Bradley Cooper in A Star is Born. Willem Dafoe at Eternity's Gate, Rami Malek at Bohemian Rhapsody, and Viggo Mortensen in Green Book.
I think I'm gonna go with Rami Malek.
Oh shit! I did know what Vice was. Vice was the
Vice
Dick
President.
Cheney biopic.
Yeah.
I think Rami Malek as well.
I think Rami Malek. I guess these are going to be our Oscar picks. We don't normally do this, but fuck it. So yeah,
We're here on time.
yeah, we're here on time. This is one of the few times we're here on time for Oscars. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Rami Malek. I haven't seen A Star Is Born immediately, but I don't know. I have no interest in
Okay.
Bradley Cooper.
I know how far I'm going to go on this, so...
All right.
Okay, so yeah, Rami Malek. Chris, again, I can see it easily going to Bradley Cooper because the Star Wars Born was stupid popular.
My question here is, I did not hear of that Willem Dafoe movie, like at all.
I didn't either. So, yeah, I think it'd probably go to Bradley Cooper, but I'm voting for Rami Malek.
Same.
Lead actress: Yalitza Aparicio in Roma, Glenn Close in The Wife, Olivia Colman in The Favorite, Lady Gaga in A Star Is Born, and Melissa McCarthy in Can You Ever Forgive Me?
I didn't even know she was in a movie called that.
I didn't either.
My guess is The Star Is Born. Honestly, it's gonna be
Yeah.
Gaga there.
You know what? I could probably go with Glenn Close.
I haven't seen it, so I can't really give an opinion on a movie I haven't seen.
I'm gonna look that one up real fast.
Like, I haven't seen Star Is Born either, but that was, like you said, stupid popular. Yeah, there's a lot of movies no one's ever heard of. Well, okay, I won't say no one. We've never
Okay,
heard
you
of
know what? I can see The Favorite one doing, because that one apparently did pretty well, and so Olivia Colman, I can honestly see being it, but again, probably A Star Is Born.
Probably.
Supporting actor: Mahershala Ali in Green Book, Adam Driver in Black Klansman, Sam Elliott in A Star Is Born, Richard E. Grant in Can You Ever Forgive Me, and Sam Rockwell in Vice. So do we want Sam? I kind of want Sam Rockwell's W, but I'm gonna give it to Mahershala Ali.
I want to say Mahershala Ali or what the second movie you just said after Mahershala Ali.
Adam Driver in Black Klansman.
Yeah, I think it's going to be either Mahershala Ali or Adam Driver.
He did do a very good job.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be one of those two. I'm not gonna give it to A Star Is Born on this one. It's gonna be one of those two. Again, the problem with Black Klansman, it's a little too politically charged, and as a bunch of old white men, they don't want to be told that they're the fault of problems in the country.
True.
And there's a big thing on there of, no, you old white men are the problems, are a problem.
Yeah.
So supporting actress, Amy Adams in Vice, Marina de Tavera in Roma, Regina King in If Beale Street Could Talk, Emma Stone in The Favorite, and Rachel Weisz in The Favorite.
So which one are you going to go for? You said The Favorite, so you can go with Emma or Rachel?
No, I'm going to go with If Beale Street Could Talk.
Oh, okay. I have not seen any of these movies, so I don't know who would win, honestly.
Beale Street Could Talk is about 1970s. It's basically one of those movies where it takes place from several people's different, like...
kind of a Pulp Fiction sort of thing?
Yeah, of this one street in Harlem.
Okay, yeah, that might work.
So I'm like, that could be cool. And Regina King could go for an act one. I don't know anything about Roma. Roma could actually be a breakthrough. Roma could be one we're just completely ignoring.
Could be.
Blah 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 blah. So I got two more that I want to cover. Like, these are the big ones, basically. Direct Spike Lee in Black Klansman.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Pulaski in Cold War. Yorgos Lanthimos in The Favorite. Alfonso Cuarón. Oh, okay. In Roma. And Adam McKay in Vice.
I don't know. I think Vice might win a few awards. I think this one might go to Vice.
Yeah, this one might go to Vice. Again, Spike Lee may run into that problem of it being a bunch of old white dudes.
Yeah.
And Alfonso Cuarón could possibly get this one too.
Possibly.
Because they tend to do Roma looks pretty artsy.
Right.
So, yeah, I think I'm going to go for, I'd probably say either Vice or Roma.
Okay.
And then last one, best animated feature. Incredibles 2, Brad Bird, which he was a writer on early episodes of The Simpsons.
Huh. Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
He wrote around the same time that Conan O'Brien did.
Yeah.
Isle of Dogs, Wes Anderson. Mirai, Mamoru Hosada. Ralph Breaks the Internet, Rich Moore and Phil Johnston. And Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Bob Perschetti, Peter Ramsey, and Rodney Rothman.
If I'm going to be honest, I'm hoping for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I think it'll be Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, but
I want it to be Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, but I have a feeling it's going to end up being Incredibles 2 or Ralph Breaks the Internet because it's always a Disney.
Yeah.
Always. Even when there's a superior animated movie next to it, it's always Disney.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. I think that's it for this episode.
We have one more thing. One very important thing. We have a dedication, rest in peace thing.
Oh, okay.
The Mars rover Opportunity is...
That's right.
more or less dead? How do you say that? It's out of service. It's not... Basically, they were trying to reach it for the past 6 months, and they finally called it quits, and basically the Opportunity, aka Oppie, has ended her service on Mars.
Yep, Oppie is, well, dead, unfortunately. As dead as it can get anyway. So, yeah, what happened is back in, I think it was June of last year,
I think it was August, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah, a sandstorm had hit, and they tried for months to try and get back Oppie, and get it functioning and everything, and it's officially considered dead. Those last words are freaking sad too. It was my battery is low and it's dark.
It was already kind of failing. It's the battery was kind of starting to die. Its memory was starting to die. It was literally dying, like a person dies. And they finally called it. It finally ended. They finally announced its death and called it. And basically, I was like reading about this. I'm like, am I crying over a robot?
I mean,
am I seriously crying over a robot?
I mean, I can't exactly say I blame you, honestly, because it's a pretty sad situation.
Yep.
I don't know. Part of it, what we do as humans, is we project our cells onto objects or onto creatures.
Yep.
No, we do that for.
And we definitely did that.
Yep. I'm not gonna say there's anything wrong with it. It's just that's what we do, and that's in this situation. Oppie is dead, and is not coming back.
Yep. She is dead. And then we're not getting her back. I will say something about Oppie. Oppie was originally supposed to run for only 3 months,
but lasted since the 60s.
No, Oppie wasn't a 60s one.
Oh, right. My apologies.
Spirit and Opportunity was launched in 2005, I want to say.
Right.
They launched when I was in high school. They last 15 years. So, yeah, high school.
Yep.
And don't get it confused with the Curiosity rover, which, by the way, is like the size of a car, which is the one currently there. And there's another probe there, too, and they managed to keep Oppie there long enough that the other two, Oppie running long enough that Spirit and the ExoMars thing were able to land. And they were able to... Curiosity and the ExoMars thing were able to land. And so they, it's Oppie is the thing that actually discovered water on Mars.
Yep.
So, Godspeed, little buddy. What? The launch patch of... Okay, I gotta send you this. This is the patch for Opportunity that the crew... no, I don't want that. Okay. I don't know why it sent that touch mark one, but you might have to click on the link. Let's see if I can just send the image.
Just tell me what it is.
It's hard to describe. I'm just gonna send the image into Discord. Download.
I got a NASA Boeing JPL Cornell. I don't know what
I don't know why it sent that. I don't know why it copied and pasted that one. It's hard to explain.
Well, anyway, let's just move on.
Here, I got it. No, that's not it. It's amazing. Okay.
We'll move on and I'll check it out later.
No, you keep talking. I'm bringing it in there right now.
We have nothing else.
Okay. Here, we have nothing else.
I got this.
That's why I want to bring this up now.
What you sent me was exactly what was there. NASA Boeing JPL Cornell.
Look who the picture is!
Yeah.
Daffy Duck!
Yeah, I get it.
It's fucking amazing!
Huh.
Why aren't you more excited about this?
It's Daffy Duck, man.
Fucking Daffy Duck's amazing!
In fact, I think it's more along the lines of Duck Rogers of the 21st and a half century. Not.
Well, well, it's the same character.
But cool.
It is Duck Dodgers. It is Duck Dodgers, which is Daffy Duck. But yeah, the launch patch for Opportunity has Duck Dodgers on it. That's amazing.
Yep. And now Oppie's dead.
Rest in peace, Oppie. Maybe someday we'll find your corpse and put you in a museum.
Maybe. Hopefully. But yeah.
That's still super cool.
So yeah, that's it for this episode. Ryan, if they want to find you on social media, where can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Arxist. I'm also on the Facebooks, but don't find me there. I have an Instagram, Arxist. But yeah, mainly on Twitter as Arxist.
If you want to follow the show, you can follow us at Geekus Speakus on Twitter or facebook.com/Geekus Speakus. You know, same thing as normal. But if you want to follow me, I've decided to become more proactive on both my Twitter and the show's Twitter, so you can find my personal Twitter at Geekus Dean if you want to find me. So I'm on there if you want to watch me tweet about useless shit. But I think
we both tweet about useless shit.
Fair enough. I think that's it for this episode. Do you think you want to throw out there, Brian?
No, just be better.
Let's all be better.
Yeah, it's 2019. We need to be better than this. All right, well, I guess that's it. Catch you guys later. I was Brian.
I'm Dean, and have a good night, everyone.
Yep. Peace out, yo.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to this week's episode. If you like our shows, you can stay up to date on our social media accounts. You have Facebook at facebook.com/Geekus Speakus, or you can find us on Twitter at Geekus Speakus. We're also on Tumblr. If you want to message us, you can feel free to do so at gspeakus@gmail.com. Feel free to contact us, give any opinions or any suggestions. I would like to thank the band The Spinwires for their song Girls Like You. You can find them on their Bandcamp for the newest albums. I'll also like to thank Tom for his awesome logo art that we got. Last bit here is I would like to thank you for, listening to our show. We really appreciate it. Feel free to, find us on pretty much anything nowadays. So Google Play, TuneIn, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Feel free to rate, subscribe, and just share it with your friends and family if you think we're appropriate. Anyway, I'd like to thank you all for listening. Have a good night.